Welcome to Corner of Fifth's Street Talk, where we unpack marketing strategies and explore industry insights and consumer trends in retail, fashion, beauty, technology, luxury, and more. I'm Arthur Zaczkiewicz, content creator at Corner of Fifth, and today we welcome Hillary Littleton from Fit Match. Hillary, thank you for joining.
Thank you, Arthur. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
What is Fit Match? What do you guys do?
Yes, so we are a 3D scanning platform that uses AI and computer vision to basically help businesses get more efficient in any outcome that they're trying to achieve. So on the retail side, we've done a lot of work with body matching to understand like what size a customer would be based off of similar customers that are shopping that brand. And then on the sports and wellness side, it's really deep diving into like body insights and analytics to have a closer look on composition and not just what you see on a scale or a mirror.
I guess it's different personas, right? You kind of, as you gather data, you're creating a persona for a certain body type. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah. So we, over the course of many years, have actually scanned thousands of different body shapes. So the more people we scan, the smarter our algorithms will get, because the matrix of bodies and various types and shapes of bodies grows. So that always helps like understand how all of our shapes are so uniquely different. Obviously, that could be a very different use case for a brand trying to really understand their customers in maybe if they're not making sizes for a certain subset, but there are people shopping their brand that are shaped a certain way, or on like, for example, like the athletic side, coaches and trainers and scouts really understanding how bodies can change over time. Like if you can scan a young up and coming star athlete, how do they grow and mature over the course of like their athletic career, and how can those analytics really shape business decisions for teams and organizations, and also like on the trainer side for understanding transformations in their own clients over time.
And as if I'm an athlete, does that help me? Like, what are the pain points? What are the challenges that I face without having that data?
Yeah. So for like the actual athlete, there's a lot of people managing your career. So it's kind of in the hands of your managers and your trainers and your scouts and things like that. So we really see this from like a B2B approach. Like the athlete is obviously following suit with what the industry demands for this sort of thing. And we're seeing this product market fit really take off in this arena, because before, scouts just have not had accessible data that is scalable and instant, right? Like they have to have that athlete in person. They are using tape measures. They're using, just like manual inputs. And it gets really messy. And that's not actually, you're not able to use that over time. So now with like the Fit Match scan, it's a mobile app solution. That athlete doesn't even have to be in front of you to scan. They could do it at a camp or something that you're hosting, or they could do it remotely. So this is now a way that you can track body shapes and insights over time. And if that scout or trainer is on a plane across the world, they could still access this data and have it in one place.
So the days of the scout on the sideline with a clipboard and a pencil are over.
Right. Those are gone in our minds, at least.
So how would you describe this, the overall value proposition from a B2B perspective? Like, who's the winners here?
Yeah, I think there's a few end users of our technology that are really excited to get their hands on this accessible, scalable 3D body data. In the past, there's been a lot of work with optical capture that it's actually not actually giving you a full picture of somebody's like curves and proportions and composition.
Oh, you're talking about those, they look like stick figures running?
Yeah, like, and you're just really, on the retail side, you're matching my tape measurements to a garment's measurements and just running analytics on what size I might be. Or, on like the fitness trainer side, you're stepping on a scale and you're telling your trainer, I just want to lose 5 pounds, but it's actually not, really about like the full picture of your health. Or if somebody's on a GLP-1 and is like losing weight pretty drastically, they don't want to lose muscle mass. And there's really no way to like have a full picture of your health until now. So, along with the scanning app is access to a really amazing in-depth portal of all of these body insights that any end user that I just kind of described can really use to understand what's really going on with this person's body. And especially if you're achieving a goal or transforming over time, you're able to kind of manipulate the data to see how that's changed.
And, from my perspective, it seems that if there's an injury, for example, right, that's something I want to be able to track my progress in recovery too, right? Does that help there? Like,
exactly. So you'll be able to see like if there's an asymmetry after your injury and how like that has healed each body scan that you do. We're also able to see muscle to bone ratio and things like that that are really crucial to seeing like, again, inside what's going on inside your composition, and not just like what's on the outside from, a picture or tape measure. Or honestly, there's in the sports world and fitness world, there's a lot of expensive machinery like DEXA scans and in-body scans that can only do so much. And so again, going back to the accessibility of this, it's a lot less expensive and it's just more mobile.
And it could be used in different sports, like whether it's cycling or football or track, right?
There's a huge interest from professional baseball teams and football teams because I think that the scouting process is really important for them to get that young talent and really see how that talent can be placed accordingly. And also compare different players of the same position and things like that, where you really just haven't had access to something like that ever before in a digital dashboard way.
So what you mean is like a profile position. So if I'm a quarterback, I may have a certain profile that's going to make me succeed or perform better than a different body type. Is that what's happening? Wow.
Exactly. And going back to kind of like the sports science scouting use case is where we're really seeing this take off, is understanding how many quarterbacks you've scanned and, where they should really be placed based off of their physical composition and things like that.
Wow. So, and, I was in the military as a veteran, and I'm also thinking, wow, you could use this in the military too, for like, maybe there's certain super soldier body types that you would prefer for certain roles as well, right?
Yeah, exactly. So we really hope that like this whole portal of body data really can service a lot of end users depending on, their needs. It can obviously be customized to their liking. Going back to kind of like gyms and trainers, they want to kind of see their client profiles and measure that over time. When it comes to a team or organization, everybody that kind of fits that bill, like I said, and like those player profiles would be accessible to them. And then having the capabilities to manipulate the data and, make business decisions based off of this data. They really see this as a huge value add for their business. And then separately, like on the retail side, we just had a great conversation with rental platform that, I think it's better for the consumer to really understand what's going to fit me based off of people that share my body shape and make purchase decisions based off of that. So getting your customer base to kind of rally around these 4 photos that take basically 15 seconds to manipulate a full body 3D avatar and to basically uncover all of this data to really just help you do business more efficiently, whatever sort of business you're in.
So in retail apparel specifically, sizing has always been an issue. Like, if I may be a certain size in Nike shirts, and it's going to be different for Under Armour, right? So this kind of solves that because it's also by brand.
Yeah, it would be. So we have rolled out solutions for specific brands and then specific retailers. And I think we, depending on how many, if they want to start with a category specific onboarding, that's also a way to do it. But we're also finding that this body matching between customer data is also really helpful because you could get inspired by somebody who's similar to you and is buying this because it's guaranteed to fit you because it fit them. So it's just kind of making those connection points for the user to shop more efficiently. And we've seen when we do this, people are more likely to shop more, their carts are bigger, and they're more likely to be loyal over time because you're basically helping them do business again, like way more efficiently and helping drive that conversion.
And there is a sustainability angle because you're probably seeing less returns, right? If it's if it's fitting better.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So you're way less likely to return. Like in a previous case study with the brand, we had up to 80% less likely to return based on the fit match recommendations because, these customers are trusting what we're saying is going to fit them. And, they're just more satisfied in their purchase. And they're, I think, 99% less likely to bracket shop. So, or buy multiple sizes, which is a very common shopping behavior still to this day.
So what's the progress? Is the app available now? Is it, are you fully rolled out with the B2B?
Yeah. So we're calling it the QuadraScan app, our kind of like unofficial brand for the app name. QuadraScan is relating to the 4 photos. So you would take front, back, left, and right full body profile of yourself. And that is actually available on the App Store now that you can play around with. If you just type in QuadraScan to the iOS App Store, it's compatible with all iPhones, which we're really, really excited about because previously we were leveraging LiDAR, which is an amazing solution, but only on the Pro and Pro Max models. And now this is, more accessible to more people. And we're excited to be rolling out, to Android users very soon. So we hope to have kind of like a global reach with this. And given that it is really that easy, once you download it, you'll see that it's just a couple buttons that gets you your avatar. And, to unlock that portal, we recommend you guys or your listeners reach out to us because we can give you certain codes to access that depending on what you're looking for.
So we collaborated on a report. I think we did a survey and then we kind of interviewed different types of athletes and the technology that they use. What were some of the key learnings from your perspective from that report?
We get asked this a lot, and I think it was very amazing to see in your report that the participants did confirm that they would use a 3D body scanning app to track their shape and their data. So I think it was like almost 90% of people that were surveyed said that they would. I think it's a really important stat, even though we've been around a couple years, that we still are asked because it is a behavior that is becoming more normal, but is still kind of at the forefront of innovation. And companies still ask, like, what's your adoption rate? Like, will people do this? And I was really excited to see that come through in the data to just prove that this is a behavior of people, who want to understand their body more. They're willing to do that. And I think that was like over 60% of people said that they really were excited to visualize their progress. There's a lot of apps out there that do everything from like nutrition to workout advice and things like that. But no matter what you're doing for those sorts of things, like visualizing your progress and a way to see your body composition in a 3D format is something that's important to people. So I think visualization and like those actionable insights where we could even plug into existing apps or partner with affiliate brands and other technologies to bring this forth to people is something that they're excited to see. So those were some of my favorite takeaways.
Yeah, I was surprised also by the, well, first it seemed to be a diversity of different technologies used, but everybody said, we definitely would need this and would welcome, 3D. And the other thing that I thought was interesting was the hunger for data, and I think, if you give, people are often reluctant, like they don't want to share their data, but if they know it's going to improve either the shopping experience or their personal performance, they'll give it up to you, right? And
I will say the photos are not saved anywhere. They're deleted upon submission. So even if you're like, oh, I saw that I want to redo a photo or my body's changed, none of those photos are saved. The only thing that is saved is your anonymized avatar. So that's still carried over in our privacy architecture. And that's always going to be something that's at the forefront of our technology, is never saving any bioidentifiable data.
So From your perspective in the market, what are you seeing in just overall trends in regard to like what consumers want, what businesses want in the fitness and wellness area from the perspective of technology? What's the demands out there, do you think?
I mean, I think this continues to be at the forefront of commerce in general. I'll just say that is like the rise of body personalization. I think customers are really fickle with committing to a purchase. For example, if they aren't familiar with the brand and they don't really understand the size chart and there maybe isn't any customer reviews, like they're not going to convert because there's really no education there for them to understand that. So they're really craving that personalization on the retail side. And then on the sports science, fitness and wellness side, it's really about, again, understanding me and my progress and my goals to see, if there is that baseline expectation of visualizations or data that needs to be kind of infused from that provider's experience, whether you're a coach, trainer, scout. I think the expectation is to move quicker and have things more accessible because, technology is very saturated right now. We're constantly using our mobile devices, but having something that's really useful, not gimmicky, is going to give you straight data about like what you're looking for is something that people are just kind of expecting now. I would say that in general, customers are becoming way more tech savvy and having the accessibility to wellness drugs like GLP-1s is really, I think, shaping the way that we visualize our health and also demanding those personalization and data points that are going to help you achieve whatever goal that you're wanting. And then we still are doing work on like the plastic surgeon and recovery side too that I wanted to mention. And I think that there's this crossover between data and aesthetics too, because people really want to visualize how their bodies change from a transformation if they're doing that from a wellness drug like GLP-1s or, a surgery from a provider, they're going to want to see a visualization and know that their body has changed. And that also helps the business make decisions around that customer or patient's health as well. So I think what we're seeing in general, just like the desire to kind of monetize body data and body health from a lot of different angles.
Thanks for joining us today. I really appreciate your time. Good seeing you. And we'll have to have you come back on and give us a progress report later on.
I'm so excited about this launch of your podcast. It's going to be great.
All right. Thank you so much, Hillary. And thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.
Okay. Take care. Bye.